Good afternoon, everybody. It's November 1st, 2025, day after Halloween. I'm trying not to be lazy after all the candy I ate yesterday and all the trick-or-treaters. We had over 70 trick-or-treaters. So, the goal today is to change this fork. This is an old Raleigh 3-speed. I love the 3-speed bicycles. It's got a lot of class. It's a 23-inch frame. It's a Raleigh Sports. And this fork is cracked, as you can see. I'm going to put the light on. Here. So this is very dangerous. See the big, it's just cracked. I don't know if the previous owners crashed this thing into a curb, but they were throwing it out and wound up in my hands. So I'll show you the new fork that I got online from a nice seller. And it's a different color, but it's the right one for this bicycle. At least I measured it, and it should be the right one for this bicycle. And it should also have the right threads up here. 26 threads per inch for the older bicycles before they moved up to the more standard 24 threads per inch. So let's see the new fork. First of all, here's my tripod. I'm gonna be setting that up, setting the bike up right here, and see what happens. All right, check it out. I'm told this is a new old stock 204 millimeter steering tube. That's this top tube here. 204 millimeter. I think that's 8 inches. And this was never used. Look at this. Beautiful. I know it's gray, but I don't know. We'll give it a try, and they all seem to be kind of separated here. I just don't know if this was a manufacturing issue, but we're going to put this one on. We're going to go to town with it. I think it'll look pretty good on this old bicycle. It's got beautiful patina. Okay, for starters, I'm just going to use some penetrant on the bicycle, certain areas on this top bolt, on this big bolt that's on the screws onto the steering tube on the fork, and this bottom nut that holds the fender and the brakes on. Little penetrant. I have the bike just leaning on the wall, so I'm trying to do this with minimal impact, minimal disassembly. I'm not taking the bicycle apart. Obviously you have to take the whole front end apart, and the bearings. I'm going to clean the bearings, re-grease them. This is the first time I'm disassembling this bicycle. It rides great. Okay. This is a 7/16, and I believe this bottom nut is a 7/16. Okay. First time I'm doing a, well, I don't know, I may have replaced the fork in the past one on a bicycle. I'm using my little stubby 3/8 with a swivel. This thing's great. I bought this for spark plugs on my car. Get to those real ones. So you want to make sure you don't lose any hardware. The brakes work great, by the way. I can't mess with them now because I'm disassembling them, but they do. See, look at this. It's a shame. I don't know if that could be fixed. I would send this out to get fixed. So there's looks like there's a flat washer. Let's just pull this out accordingly. And there we go. And I'm just going to put this on here like that so it doesn't get lost. I call this bike the Sturmey-Archer, even though it's a Raleigh. People in my family think I'm crazy. Oh, I'm going to hit these two fender bolts with some PB blaster here. Penetrant, whatever you want to use, whatever works. Yeah, and that's probably it for the penetrant, I think, for this job. Oh, totally wasted it on the garage floor there. Okay. Alright, I'm going to get rolling here. You don't want to take this out all the way. That's the wedge. That wedge is that holds in the bars. Okay. There we go. Got a bit of a hammer. This may be stuck. Oh, good. It did go down. That's good. This is what's this? 2-pound hammer. Works good. Alright. I'm going to try to not waste time on this video. Let me see if... Ooh! That's a good sign. Let me undo this nut next. I don't know if I can get the... See, it is moving independently of the steering tube. You know what? I want to make a line, a little line with a marker. Just a little line. Alright, I'm going to pause the video and so I'm just going to make a line here where this was. Okay. We'll take it from there. And I'm going to take the bottom fender off, which is this two slotted screws down here and nuts. So that'll be next. Pause the video. Alright, now I kind of made a red line here. You can barely see it, but it's right here where I think the handlebar was, but I could see that the manufacturer put two double lines up here. So I think this bar is too far up, so when I put it back together I may lower it a little bit to be safer. In other words, I think this is the maximum that it could be raised upward. It's these double lines that the manufacturer put in. Alright, so I'm just going to shut the video and remove the fender, and we'll be right back. Alright. For the fender, I'm just going to use my adjustable wrench and a flathead screwdriver. So you can either hold the screw and turn the nut, right? Or hold the nut and turn the screw. Whichever is easier. Pick your poison. All right. There we go. Easy enough, right? Now I thought these holes were threaded. Maybe they are, maybe they stripped. And someone just used a bolt and a nut. So that's one side. Put the nut on the same direction it came off. See? And the support is on the outside of the boss there, not on the inside. Yeah, that frame is threaded, but maybe the threads are stripped, I'm not sure. But or maybe they just put a nut as an extra precaution. Okay, I had a fight with my tripod a little bit. So I'm just using a channel lock wrench to loosen this big nut here. As you could see, wasn't very tight. And also, as you could see, there is the top of the old fork. And under this is bearings. This is your bearing preload here, see? So there's bearings under there. So you gotta be careful. So I'm not gonna touch that yet, but I wanna see if I can pull the bars out. That little dab will do you. I used to think this was a reflector mount, but it's the cool Raleigh insignia on this. All right, so this is out. You could just leave all this right here, and there's the wedge. Here's the wedge. I'm gonna leave that right on there. Now, I have a chair here. Oh, so maybe this chair is a good idea. Yes. Okay. There we go. There's no kickstand on this bike. So, the bike is coming apart. This is exciting. Beautiful old bike to work on. Eventually, I'm gonna have to take the front wheel off. Now I'm going to get my magnet and put all the bearings in one of these little cups. Thank you to my son for having these little handy dandy cups. So, two sets of bearings on the fork, everybody. One under this nut, and here's the bearing cup where the bearings sit in this concave thing that's pressed into this head tube. And another set is inside this bearing cup. So when you pull these forks down, bearings will go everywhere. I'm not sure where the bicycle's going to go. Well, we'll see. Alright, I'm going to get my magnet now. Make sure the camera's still running. Alrighty then. I make these videos, you know. Maybe they help people. Also, it's fun for me to watch them in the winter time. Alright. So I have this magnet. I use this when I work on the cars. So oh, Nelly. Oh boy. This whole thing. Oh. Okay. I found it. You know, when I watch other videos, these berries are a lot larger. Oh gosh. It's gonna be real fun getting these back on. I mean, if you're missing one, it's not going to be a big deal. You can measure these with a set of calipers and buy new ones online. Or just stop off at your local bearing shop. Now, this is my first time doing this type of job, but I'm not going to lie, I did watch a video of a very good bicycle mechanic overseas. Does great work, and he's in the UK, and I was just impressed. Even with the magnet, I just dropped one on the floor. So, you gotta be careful. Come on, where'd you go? That might have been, I'm not sure if that was a ball bearing. Okay. Let's see. Gee, I'm picking up everything but a ball bearing. So I don't know if that was a ball bearing that fell, but I'll give a closer look off camera to see if we could find anything. All right. Nah, just debris. All right, are we still running here? Yes. Pause it a sec. Then we're going to pull a fork out. So here's the bearings that I took out of the bottom. I'm sorry, not the bottom, the top. So I'm going to put them aside. I don't know how many there should be. I can always look that up. But I do know this definitely was enough to do the job. And I just went around on the floor with this magnet, and I couldn't find another one that fell. But I can always order bearings. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to show the bicycle getting put back together. But if you need to order bearings, you could measure these with a set of calipers to get the diameter and order some quality bearings. Okay, so I don't know if the top bearings are the same size as the bottom ones. I guess that would make things a little bit easier. But I'm gonna find out. I'm just gonna keep my magnet here just in case the bearing got caught. First thing I'm going to do is make sure these threads are the same as my new fork. Okay, definitely no bearings left there. Here's the, when this comes off, there's nothing holding the fork in, so it could just fall right out. I'm taking a little bit of a chance here. So there's where the little ball bearings go. You could see the little race where they get captured. I don't know what this is actually called, but you could see where they go. So this nut goes face down. I'm just going to put him over there with the bearings. I'll get another handy dandy cup here. Eventually I'm going to have to take this tire off. You know what? Right now, let's check this nut to make sure it fits the threads. I think that's a pretty wise thing to do, don't you? I'm going to pause in a sec. Alright, so here's the new fork. Wow, it actually says 26. See that? 204 millimeters, 26 threads per inch. Alright, so let's just do a test quick. This is going to get all greased up, by the way. Alright, I thought I was recording, but the camera was off, but you can clearly see that the nut fits on the fork. And it does say 204 millimeters, 26. That 26 is threads per inch. I forgot what year they changed to 24, so if you're changing a fork, just make sure of this. Okay, pause. Okay, so I don't know if this got on video, but I was just showing that this is the correct thread pitch, threads per inch, 26. I was concerned about that. I mean, I did, this person I bought this fork off was very helpful. He measured and gave me all the parameters. This particular bike is a 23-inch frame, so it's got the big head tube here, so it needs the long 8-inch or 204 millimeter long steering tube that fits into the head tube, which is about over 7 inches or something like that. Okay, see you in a bit. Just really quick, I'm going to take this fork out and the bearings, but I'm not going to take the wheel off this fork because I don't need the wheel to put in the new fork. But it may make it easy to do. It may make it easy to do. Let me back this up so you can see. I still have the wheel on there. And I got to think about it. I'll play it by ear. All right, everybody. We're going for broke. Probably going to drop a few bearings. You know what? We're not going to drop any bearings. We're going to have a cup up here and a cup down there. Oh gosh, this is scary. Bearings everywhere. Hold on. Oh my gosh, look at that. I got them all. I got them all out. Now, see this right here? Where this is just a little bit low, that's how I'm going to put these back in. So there you go. Big bunch of bearings. Didn't drop one. How far's the bike going to go down now? Okay, there you go. You know, we could put some pedals on this and make a unicycle. Alright. I'll try to dispense with the humor. Just using a little brake cleaner. Same thing up here. You can also spray it on a clean rag, which I'm going to do. Clean everything, wipe it down, and grease it. Okay. Everything looking good. Everything looking good. I'm going to pause the camera. Just going to clean things up. Going to put grease in both. Then the next step is to put grease in both these cups. No. Okay, put grease in here. And on top of the... No, I'm going to do the bottom first. Do the bottom first. Get the new fork. Grease it up. Put the bearings in. Grease it up. And put it through there. Then it'll hold it. Hold the bearings in. Then I'm going to do the top. Same thing. Grease, bearings, grease. I'm going to push the fork up. Well, you'll see. You'll see. I'll have this on video. Isn't this fun? I'm having fun, actually. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know the camera was still running. Very important. I need to get this collar off of the bottom here. That's where the ball bearings go. See that? I'm going to clean it, and then I'm going to... I guess you tap it off with a hammer. I don't know if it's probably a friction fit on the fork there. Oh. Tap it with the hammer. Okay. I may have to do this. I'm going to bring this over to my vise. Put the fork in the vise and take this out. Tap it with a, you know, like with a chisel. That'll come right out. All right. It's a little messy over here. Apologize for that. Just using a big screwdriver flathead. Hopefully this will just tap out. Yep, it's starting to move a little bit. You watching? Oh, okay. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. But now that's got to be seated properly on the new fork. So we're going to do that next. Alright, here's this. And this is going to have to go over here, come down. And I'm going to have to, I'm going to probably put the new fork in the vise. I don't want to damage it. Come down with this. It's got to be perfectly, okay. My phone shut off. It's a friction fit down here. You know what? I think I can put this in the vise. Get a pipe or something here. Gonna need some means to get this on here. Can tap it from side to side. Put it in the vise. Kind of slam it like this. Yeah. Slam it down. Ah, beautiful. You know, you just gotta improvise sometimes. What would be a good idea is if, do what I did, but put a big washer or bearing over this and then drive it home. Looks pretty good. I think it's all the way down. I'm going to give it a few more. Or a piece of wood with a hole in it, you know. Let me see what part is hitting. So Sorry if my head's in the way here. This is definitely not damaging the bearing surface. You're just overcoming a little paint. Okay. You're just overcoming a little paint there. A little bit more on the front here. Got to do it this way, actually. Probably a press would be good. She's all the way down now. She's all the way down. See? Okay, pause. Hi everybody. I'm sorry my battery went dead, but I cleaned the I'm still charging it. I put just some lithium grease after I cleaned these threads with a brake cleaner. Okay. There's the bottom race bearing, where the bearings are gonna go. So I'm gonna grease that, put the bearings in, and then stick the fork inside here, push it all the way up, and then do the top. All right, I gotta put this phone back on charge. I apologize for that. And I'm just so I use some lithium grease on just to coat the threads. It's not doing much, just preventing them from rusting. And so I'm just gonna pack the bearings. They are drying. I'm gonna dry them. And this is overkill. I use this grease on my bearings for my car. I have a couple of British Roadsters actually, and that's what I used on the MGB. That's on another video though. Okay, see you later. Okay, we're back. We're back, and what are we doing? I have no idea. Just gonna get it in a little bit close there. All right, now we're going to grease the bearings. Get the bearings done. Just getting some paper towels nearby. How many bearings are there? Not sure. But I didn't lose any. I also found the other one that fell before from the top. I found it with the magnet, off camera. Okay. So the idea is to, here's the grease. Get it in the channel. See? All right. Well, I really need to take the glove off because putting one bearing in at a time. All right. See? So this is going to take forever with the camera running. Well, it's going to take the same amount of time whether the camera's running or not. But I'm going to shut the camera. So I'm going to put all these ball bearings in. Then I'm going to put more grease on top of the bearings. Then I'm going to stick the steering tube through the head tube. And then we'll resume, okay? There. I'm going to just shut the camera, but I'm going to be going all around here. I've seen some people use a tool to put them here. See? They're just going to go right in that little channel. All of them. Alright. Try not to drop them on the dirty floor either. So I'm going to put them all in, put some more grease on top, and then stick this inside here and capture them so they can't fall out. Oh, I just kicked the stand. We'll be back. Okay, as you could see, took a little time, but there you go. They're all in. Now I just have that fork kind of balanced there, so because I wanted you to see all the bearings are in. Now what I'm going to do is put another layer of grease right on top of them, and then I'm going to put the tube up through the head tube there, the steering tube of the fork up through the head tube. Okay, so all the bearings are in. There was a lot of them. I did them one at a time with these two fingers. And I dropped two, but I picked them up and cleaned them again. So I'm going to get the other bearings ready. These have to be ready. So I'm going to get the top bearings ready. And the nut. Okay. This is the nut for the top bearings. Don't need him right now. And here are the top bearings ready to go. Oh, I forgot one. One more goes in there. He was hiding in the corner. Okay. So we're going to do that. I'm going to shut the camera and fit that one more bearing in here. Honestly, I don't see that there's room for that one bearing. Oh, I think when I found the other one from the top on the floor, I put him in the wrong bin. Yeah, because there's no more room for another bearing. There's no more room for, this is filled. Another bearing will not fit. So I put this guy in the wrong bin. Okay. This one here. Just in case I'm wrong, I won't mix them up with the others. Okay. So now I'm going to just add more grease to the top of these. Now I need this other hand, so I'm going to have to shut the camera off, but you know what, I'll just leave it running. Yeah, my son said that, yeah, the grease will hold the bearings in. And he was right. I mean, you know, does hold them in. It gives you some working, the ability to work without them going all over the garage floor. You know, this is not a bicycle shop. This is just my garage, and well, we do work on bicycles, but I don't have a lot of tools, all the tools. So they're all kind of captured here. They look good. I don't know if this is on camera, but if you could see that. They're all in there. Okay. Now I'm just going to shut the video off, because it's going to stop by itself, so I have to restart it. Okay, we are back. So I'm going to put the fork up into the head tube. Let's hope this works out. And hope that I don't lose any bearings. So let's give it a shot. Kind of depending on the weight of the bicycle. Like this. See? Okay, now, don't let go. Don't let go. Well, let go, but make sure that it's, I have a chair here. I want this as vertical as possible. Okay. Without any further ado, let's get the bearings in here. So I'd like to thank the British chap. I hope that's not slang, but I hope to thank the British gentleman who showed a video of him restoring one of these. I mean, his His workshop was a little bit nicer than mine, but that's okay. This is the way I roll, baby. Okay, once again, I'm going to stop the video because the next step is to put all these little bearings in there. Plus one, because I got the other one over there. Once I put them in, one by one, I'm going to put another layer of grease over them. Yeah. One. Two. Three. Okay, so I'm just going to pause this, get them all in, and we'll be right back. It's coming out great. I'm very happy. Looking good. Okay, everybody, I just finished the putting the bearings in the top there. Let me try to zoom here. So it's looking good. Having a little trouble with the camera here. I don't want to knock into the chair and then the whole bicycle fall down. So what I did was I put grease in the channel. Then I put in all the ball bearings one at a time. Then I put more grease on top. And of course, look, one bearing left. Now there was no room on the bottom to put this bearing. There was no room. Oh, it got caught in the grease. So there was no room in the bottom race to put this bearing, and there was no room in the top. So I don't know if I just found a stray bearing on my garage floor that maybe my son was, from one of my son's bicycles. Not blaming you. Not blaming you. But, try to get this camera closer here. So the next step is right away, I got to get this top nut on before this whole thing falls apart. This is the preload. Preload nut. This is the top. That's the bottom that captures the bearing. So, try to get the camera on that work area. I'm zoomed in too much here. Sorry. I have an extension cord running up the tripod, charging my phone. Okay. That looks good. Alright, we're going to leave it right there. I know it's slightly off to the left, but that's okay. We are good. Alright, so now this is going to go over on here. I'm going to press down on here because you do not want those bottom bearings to fall out. I always go backwards to capture the threads. Sorry, I'll try to do this faster. I mean, I don't know. Is this just an old way to do bearing? Don't they have like that I could feel them spinning? Do all bicycle manufacturers use individual bearings, or don't they have like a bearing tray that you pop out and all the bearings stay captured? I really don't know. Let's see if there's any play. So I'm not sure how tight you're gonna make this. It feels nice. if anybody knows how tight you have to make that preload. I'm just wiping the grease off. I made a mess. Made a mess on the new gray fork. So that's basically what. That's basically the reason for making this video. Like everything else is, I think you know how to do that. So this is on there. There's no play. I'm happy with that. If anything, it's tighter than it should be. All right. So, if somebody knows, does this just get hand tightened like this? Or should I tighten it a little bit more than that? With the, with this. Let's just tighten it a little bit. Can't be too tight because you have to be able to steer. All right, I just made it a little bit. You saw that. One way to find out, ride the bicycle. Definitely going to be test riding this. All right, let me zoom out a little. Oh, that's zooming in. Oh, shoot. I hit. Okay. I want to zoom out, but I got grease all over my fingers. Okay, good. Alrighty. How about some handlebars? Oh no, how about some handlebars? And then some brakes. Don't forget. Oh, no, this nut goes here first. Okay. Just gonna put the bars down a little bit more than they were. Actually, let's go halfway in between my two red marks here. Because I was very comfortable where they were, so I don't want them too low. Let's see. I have my red lines on here. Just curious to see how far in I am with this bar. It's pretty far down in the fork. I'm going to leave it where it was. Maybe. Because I was very comfortable. I was very comfortable where it was. Gotta make sure your alignment's right on here. Okay, I gotta get my ratchet. So again, this is a 7/16. Not really sure on the torque on that. Okay. Try to get the right size opening wrench. I probably have one. Looks good. Nice. All right. So I'm going to end the video. I'll just take a quick... I'll show you at the end of the video everything put together. You know, it's just the reverse of what I just did. All right, you want to see it? We'll show it. This feels great. Feels nice. You know, if it loosens up when you're riding, you got to just loosen it and put it back together. I'm going to take, next step is I'm going to take the wheel off the old forks and put it on these forks, and then put the fender on and the brakes. Okay. Okay, the fender you put through the back, see? I got my brakes. This is the bolt that holds the calipers. It does double duty and holds the fender. And there's a nut. Can you see that? That should be good, right? Make sure the spacer is seated nicely. It is. Does it help with the light being on, the camera light? All right, to finish up this video, we are done. Don't forget to adjust the preload on the front bearing on one side. The preload nut has a flat on it, and you'll be able to adjust that. Okay, I'm wrapping this up. She's all done. Just one more thing, folks. With these bicycles, if you pick up an old one, always check this part of these forks. I don't know if it's a design flaw or it's just age. They're old. Because this is why I had to change this fork. See this weld? So, okay, this goes right on there. Of course, I can't get on, I'm showing you. But this goes up in here. Oh, I have it the wrong way. This goes like that. So if you have any play, if you hear this noise or see a crack, do not ride the bicycle. Okay? Very dangerous. So, this may not be the greatest design here. I think they changed it and improved it. But, you know, we all live and learn. So be careful. If you have an old bicycle, make sure the front fork's okay. Thanks for watching, everybody. Ride safe, but make sure you ride. And here's what the beautiful bike looks like. It's got a little patina going on. I may just clear coat it. Beautiful new fork on the front. I'm going to ride it right now. Beautiful. First test ride with the new fork. Cheers. Or should I say, cheerio!